main opponent tonight. When he came to the ring, he reminded me a lot of the Japanese version of Danny Brown. If you're a hip-hop fan, you know exactly what Danny Brown looks like. Big ups to the man Danny Brown, a Detroit native. I wasn't for sure what to expect of the King of Stronghold. But
King of Strong Style.
Strong style. See, that's how little I knew about this guy. But I tell you what, just like when you on that Apple Music, you hit that heart button after you like a song. The like button has been hit. I seen a guy that get in the ring tonight that had all type of crazy antics. I mean, the stretching of the leg to the way he walked. I mean, he looked like he just hit the bottle of Uncle Jack in the back. Looked like he had a sip of some of that Jim Ross barbecue sauce. But man, him and Sammy put a show on. And to go back, to piggyback what you just said off the last comment, they can't care that much about CTE because he kicked Sammy in his head all damn night. I mean, Sammy most definitely should have suffered 4 concussions. If that man can kick him in the head that much, when Seth Rollins come back, the curve stump should be back. The brain, but I mean, he just kicked him in the head all night. I started this one off. I've been letting you go, but I had to start this one off because I knew very little about Sami Zayn opponent. I'm a big Sami Zayn fan. We made a little comparisons to Sami Zayn during the match. I knew Sami was going to lose. That's the unfortunate part about being a longtime fan. You can tell what they're doing. But I didn't think this guy can get in there and hang with Sami. I thought Sami was going to have to carry this match. And both of these guys did wonderful. It was a wonderful way to send Sami off. This is one of those early match of the year candidates. I left this match with the same similar feeling that I left to the Cena Owens one. It was
that's tough. That's tough competition to live up to, though.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's how I left this match because see, this is one of those things where you go back to like we always talking movies and comics and stuff. This goes back to Guardians of the Galaxy. You knew very little about the cast, about the characters, so you enjoyed everything you've seen. I knew very little about it. I still don't know his name. I can't say it, so that's why I keep saying this guy.
As I'm going to say it, Shinsuke Nakamura.
I'm going to go just with Nakamura.
A product of New Japan Pro Wrestling who came over to WWE. As a matter of fact, AJ Styles, both their last matches were against, his last match in New Japan was against AJ Styles. Or I think AJ Styles, I know for sure AJ Styles' last match was against Shinsuke Nakamura.
At Wrestle Kingdom 10, right?
Right. Back in January. But as we always talk about it all the time, Detroit and Chicago rarely get along. And this is a point where I'm going to have to disagree with something you said earlier. This was the match where the crowd was on their feet and would not sit down. They were loud. They were chanting. This match hit hard. This match was technical. This match, these guys went toe to toe to the 15th degree. They went toe to toe, and they hit hard, very hard. And hats off to Sami Zayn. He took some nasty kicks, and I'm pretty sure they got him under a flashlight right now, checking his reaction times and checking his head, man, because he got hit with some nasty kicks and some nasty knees to the head. And I mean, Sammy's always been a trooper, man, and I'm pretty without a shadow of a doubt, this is his last NXT match. And to see him go out on a pedestal like that, and probably one of the best matches I've seen all year so far, even though we're only in April, you know. But this match was incredible. The atmosphere, the action was incredible. If I had to give it a rating out of 5, it would get a 5, definitely.
It most definitely do. I mean, and that's what I said. The first match, the crowd, you know, they were into it. The little botch move got a little crazy. He calmed it down. But the beginning of this match, with the antics after him coming out and them being excited about him coming out, after all that, it took a minute for the crowd to get into the match. But once they got there, it hit that climax. It set the tone for the rest of the night. And I thought this next match would have died it down with it being bathroom break time. But that's only on the main roster that is bathroom break time, because when the girls fight in NXT, you don't leave your seat. I mean, it's so sad. And big ups to somebody for finally realizing that, and they're going away with the whole Divas image. Because I remember we said a while back, check it out, OneTake Podcast on Speaker.com, OneTake Podcast on iTunes. Check out Drop Toe Hold. We said it then that the WWF or WWE, the main roster, is the Divas division. That's for the sexiness. That's for who's the prettiest, who can slap the hardest. The NXT women division is for the fighters. And it's once again, it proves again tonight, because when this match came on, I was anticipating the whole match. Like, I want to see the match, like, versus the match that's happening tomorrow on Mania. I give two fucks about. I most definitely will either go make a store run or go to the kitchen and re-up my beverages and my drinks for tomorrow festivities, because there's nothing there. And it's talent there. That's the sad part. It is talent there. But the way it's scripted out for them. But this match right here, I mean, from the beginning, I was already intrigued, because with, once again, I'm not the biggest fan of the Japanese wrestler. How do you say her name again?
Asuka.
Well, Asuka comes out, I didn't know to get erect or to go grab my gun. She has a beautiful approach. Then she scares the living crap out of me. But this
Asuka definitely leaves that impression on people. I'm sure.
Yeah, and this match here was I mean, from start to finish. I mean, you pointed out something to me the last big one with the Iron Man match between Bayley and Sasha. As great as I thought that match was, I might have been doing something. I seen it, but I missed it. And you called it. I'm like, bro, did she just hit a reverse Frankensteiner? And I rewinded back like, yo, some guys can't even pull that move off.
Right.
So outside of Bayley with the blowed up balloons and stuff, she brings it. In this match right here, it brung it. For it to be a women's match, it brung everything that I needed to see in a women's match. Because when you watch women wrestling, you have to turn your brain on to women's wrestling. Some moves, because of the natural build of a woman's body, doesn't allow them to make. And these girls make every move plus some what their body allowed them to make. It was very entertaining. Right. It had some comical spots. The crowd was feeling it. I thought this match was great. Sorry to see my homegirl Bayley lose. I hope it's not to call up to the main roster. But it was a great match, and I'm sticking to my pace. Once again, it was a 4. I mean, only way you're going to get a 5 from me in a women's match if it's Sasha Banks in it. Just because Sasha is just, she's Sasha to me. Like, other than, if Sasha was in this match, it'd be a classic. It hurts because it wasn't Sasha. So, but it was
you're Sasha Banks biased, but
yeah, it was a solid 4, man. I really enjoyed this match a lot.
Right, and it's something about that Japanese wrestling style that is just so electrifying and good to watch, man. The two Japanese wrestlers on the card tonight definitely delivered in both victory. But I was saying on Twitter, you can give me a follow on Twitter at Loveless247. But I was saying on Twitter right after that Sami Zayn and Nakamura match, whoa, that's going to be a hard one to follow. And I can imagine what Bayley and Asuka were thinking, like, damn, did they really have to pull out all stops on us like that? It had to been one of those moments that made you sweat harder after watching that match. You didn't have to go out there and follow it up, but it was a great match. Asuka and Bayley did their thing. They told a story, with is one thing that they told a story with their wrestling, and it was great. If I had to give that match, I would give that match probably a solid. I'd give it a 3.5. I wouldn't give it a 4.
See, I give it
I give it a 3.5.
Give it a 4 only because I'm not, not the biggest women fan, and it got me. I mean, I didn't get up and me. We didn't watch over the course of a year every pay-per-view together, pretty much. And when the women's come out, I leave for a minute. I'll come back just in time. I didn't leave.
Right.
I watched it. So it was just, that's what it was for me. Now, as you may not be able to hear this, but as we were watching, and this is what we do at OneTake, we cover all things. And since we're in fight mode, you broke the news just in case they haven't heard it because I haven't seen it myself. What was the news that you said came across the wire, UFC related?
Oh, UFC 197 main event is in the hole of being changed. Daniel Cormier pulled out because of an undisclosed leg injury 3 weeks before the fight.
Didn't he do that? Didn't an injury slow down the first time him and Jones supposed to fought?
No, Jones was suspended.
No. The first time they fought, Jones was suspended. It was something that slowed it down the first time.
Yeah. Jones was hurt the first time.
Right, I knew somebody got hurt.
Fight last year for the title when Jones was the champ. Now Cormier's the champ, and he pulls out because of injury.
Because Jones beat him, and I remember Jones said, y'all can say I'm being classless, I don't like him. On top of that, Loveless won't be able to hear this, but tonight it's fight big fight field night. So we got to go to the original main event sport. If you wasn't watching NXT and you're a sports guy, you were probably on Spike Network, and you got to see Anthony Broner fight tonight. And after his match, he did this. Beezy, you're going to have to listen to it on the comeback, but I will say it has something to do with calling out the money team.
Now, I'm a man at the end of the day. And I come from the streets, the trenches, man. From the bottom, from nothing. I'm talking about water and cornflakes. I come from nothing. And I will never let a man disrespect me like that. So he got to see me. I don't care if we spar or we fight. Let's get it on.
You heard the challenge. Adrian Broner, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for him.
So, those who heard that, Floyd was also in the building. Broner is rocking this little Rick Ross bread. He says that he's a man. And he comes from streets. You can't disrespect him like that. And he calls out Money Mayweather. We're not even going to address that because we seen Broner get touched up too many times by less talent. I just wanted to make sure everybody heard that and played that since we in Mania feel and we in Fight Night feel since the Cormier thing dropped. And then Broner opens up his big mouth and says that everybody's in the Mania feeling, baby. Everybody just feel they can say whatever they want. And do whatever.
Everybody's a superstar, man.
Everybody just can start trash. And after that, we might as well go to our main event of the night. I was sleepy at this point, man. I'm like, this match is about to blow me, tear me down. I'm finna go to sleep because first of all, it's gonna take Finn Balor 45 fucking minutes to come out to the ring. I'm like,
his extravagant entrances, yeah.
I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, man, it's gonna take forever. I'm ready to text you, even though I'm talking to you like, man, no podcast tonight. But that was the slowest part of the match. The slowest part of the match. The worst part of the main event was Finn Balor entrance because I think he could have did away with the Texas Chainsaw.
Right.
The worst part of the night. And I'm doing that just because the wrestling fans always got to have a crybaby bitch moment. Because once this match started, it was electrifying. This match was total the shit.
Well, it tried to be electrifying. It was good, but it got slowed down by Samoa Joe's cut over his eye. He took a headbutt from Balor early in the match, like as soon as the match kicked off.
As soon as the match.
And it in essence, it ruined the match. The doctor stopped the match twice to try to make sure Joe wasn't losing vision in his eye due to blood in the eye. They all do that. UFC does the same thing. So I definitely understand safety and precaution and stuff like that. So I'm not going to have a crybaby bitch moment like, oh, just let him bleed. And no, it's precautions. He's a human being at the end of the day, and they looking out for his safety.
But
I understand that.
I thought that brung drama, as you've been saying all night. You've been using the word, it told a story. I thought that brung